Hi everyone! So today I've got a really interesting video for you. This look is a character inspired look. It's actually inspired by a Femme Fatale. She's from a series of books called Diskordia. Well, they're not really books, they're graphic novels, and they were created by my friend Andrew Blackman, better known as Rivenis. He worked on this all by himself. The story is his, he wrote all the words. That sounds really funny, but if you read graphic novels, you know what I mean. He wrote everything, he drew everything, and it is incredible. Leave all the links down below. This is a collaboration video, my very first collaboration, yay, with my friend here on YouTube, Rikki Poynter, and she's done a look inspired by another character from Diskordia who's called Zensi. So you can see it's really, really fun, and it's an amazing book. It's very weird, and you might be able to start grasping it on the third or fourth read, but it's amazing. The character that I've been inspired by is called Ivy, or Iverna, that's her proper name. She is a style maven, and she's extremely film noir inspired. She reminds me very much of Katharine Hepburn and Lauren Bacall in the way that she looks, with a little bit of a gothic twist, because she wears this kind of lipstick and a dark eye a lot of the time, and she's always fashionable and incredible. And when I approached Riv and asked him if I could do this, he was like, well, don't you know that you're one of my muses for Ivy anyway? And I thought, wait, what? Yeah, I tried to stay as true to film noir as I could while still putting in a little bit of Ivy here and there. So I really hope you enjoy it. Please go check out Rikki and her channel and her video. Tell her I sent you. If you're here from Rikki's channel, thanks for coming and subscribing if you did. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.
Okay, so first I'm going in with a very, very pale concealer. This is way too light for me, but I'm using it as a base all over my eyelids and under my all my brow bone, and I'm going to work it in with just a fluffy brush. This is a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. And then I'm going to use the same brush and apply a purple creamy liner, creamy eye pencil onto my lids and work it in, smooth it out, almost up to the crease, but not quite. And then I'm going to go in with these two shades. This is the yellow and the white matte shades from the Sleek V2 palette. Get that all over my brow bone. And then I'm going to go in with my MAC charcoal brown. Now I'm trying to carve out my crease. Ivy does have a very sharp crease, but I also am trying to round my eyes out some more. So I'm going to work it quite heavily underneath that inner part of my brow, and then bring it back down. This gives me that kind of sloped almond eye shape that Ivy has. And then I'm going to go in with this dark blue from the Sleek V2 palette. This is a beautiful matte, and I'm going to work it on with a flat shader brush. Now, of course, I'm being careful and working slowly because matte shadows can tend to go patchy, but these ones are really pigmented and really beautiful. Working it almost up to the crease again, not quite, and then I'm going to go in with my fluffy brush again, a little bit more a little bit more charcoal brown. Sorry about that, getting tongue tied here. And I'm going to work it into the crease and just start to build up that crease color. And then I'm going to go in with the dark brown from the Sleek palette. Again, same fluffy brush. This one's the Sigma E40. Work that tighter into my crease to darken it up. And then because we are going to lose some of the intensity of the blue that we put down, we're going to just pack that back on again after we blended, and just keep going back and forth between the two until you've got a nice fade and your blue fades into your brown really, really nicely, and you've got a nice deep dark crease. Then I'm going to go in with my foundation. I am working it in with a buffing brush, and Ivy, of course, is a cartoon, so she has a very, very flawless finish to her skin. And so I'm just working it on quite kind of a heavy layer, heavier than I would wear, you know, on a daily basis, but making it nice and smooth, blending it out everywhere. And then I'm going to go in with my concealer. Now again, Ivy is a cartoon, but she's also noir inspired. Film noir, of course, is known for its shadows. They used lighting, and of course it was black and white, and they had some incredible angles on the faces. So to preserve that kind of thing in real life, I'm going to smooth this out with a flat brush first and my fingers. And then I'm going to use my buffing brush along the edges of it. And this is so that I have that really sharp highlight. This is more highlight than I would normally do, and I'm taking it out farther along my cheekbone and higher up my forehead than I normally would, and of course quite thickly down my nose. But this is going to give us a very sharp, clean, very graphic looking face, if that makes any sense. So just blending the edges out with my buffing brush again. And now I'm going to go in with a very fine brush. This is actually a nail art brush. And I'm using that same matte blue eyeshadow and packing it along my lower lash line and packing it into my eyelashes. We're not going to be lining the waterline, so I want to make sure I close up any gaps in my lashes. You can go ahead and use a blue pencil if you have one, but I like the way that the shadow looks, the actual powder shadow. And I'm just going to set my foundation with a light powder, make it nice and matte. Before I go in with some liner, I'm using a bent liner brush and gel eyeliner. I'm using my NYX gel eyeliner, in black of course. I'm winging it out very slightly, but not a whole lot. I'm just really creating depth on the eyelid in the upper lash line because we're not applying false eyelashes. Now, in the 40s, you know, at the height of film noir, women would have used Vaseline or oil on their eyelashes to make them nice and black and shiny. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just use mascara, and I'm going to pack it on really, really heavy because, again, I'm not using any falsies. And now, again, to cheat that whole very chiseled and very sharp look, I'm going to contour my cheekbones, as you can see, but I'm not bringing it up onto my cheeks at all. I'm trying to get that very, very sharp look. Ivy has incredible cheekbones, and of course she's drawn, so we're going to try to mimic that. She also has a very, very sharp nose, so I'm going to do what I never do and contour my nose. Just going back over it with my fluffy brush, my powder brush. And then because, you know, if you want to, you know, wear this out in life, you might need a little bit of blush. Just ties everything together. Ivy doesn't really wear a whole lot of blush, but this is also going to give us a nice gradient fade on the cheekbones. Now I'm going to go in with a black eyeshadow and my charcoal brown from MAC. Using the charcoal brown first, I'm going to start defining my eyebrows, and Ivy's eyebrows are very, very thin and quite elongated, more elongated than you'd make them normally, with a slight arch, not a really, really heavy arch. This is kind of what gives her that slightly sinister look to her. So filling in with the brown first, and then I'm going to go back in afterwards with the black on a flat brush this time and darken up the arch as well as the tail and elongate the tail a little bit more so you can see how long that tail is, longer than you would make it normally. But this is a classic noir brow. Think Satine from Moulin Rouge, although she's a little bit earlier than Noir, but very, very similar. Now I'm going in with lipstick. This is kind of like a no-name lipstick that I found somewhere. It is impossible, or it was impossible, to apply with a brush, so I just used it straight from the bullet and took my time. The lips need to be very, very sharp and defined. And because this lipstick was so dry, I didn't need to use a lip liner, but you can of course use a lip liner if you want to. So taking my time and filling them in, and Ivy has quite a cupid's bow and quite a full lip, so I kind of, you know, enhanced my lip shape. And then just use this lighter color. This is Arabian Nights by Exotica Makeup. It's available here in Barbados, and I just use that in the center. Now I've got to put in my beauty spots. I'm just using a dark brown pencil first, and then I'll set it with a shadow, but I didn't catch that on film. Tut tut. The last step is to cover up my own moles because, again, Ivy's skin is flawless otherwise. So I'm just using kind of a pinky shade, and then I'm going to powder it a little bit and hide them as best I can. That's basically it for the look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to check out Rikki's channel and also check out Diskordia. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.